Curse Prophet back with another video, and I just watched the I just watched another episode of Kendall Ray and her pretty much telling the story of Tamla Horsford. I think this is a story that has stunned a lot of us for a long time. If I'm correct, and somebody back me up, if you guys remember the beginning of this, or maybe like a year or so after it happened, um, of course, I think I found it on YouTube, and I think somebody else who had a channel had reported on the story as much information as they could. And if I'm correct, I could have swore that, like, for a long time, the girls in the picture, that picture they show you of everybody sitting on the couch, and I think Tamla's in the middle, I could have swore that for the longest, those ladies' faces were blurred out, and the media was not releasing the names of these people. Now, I may be wrong, but that's how I remember it. You know what? I'm going to say I'm not wrong because we know a lot of funny shit's been going on. Just kind of like in the same sense that celebrities are dying and then people are coming forward and saying, I thought they died in 2018. Then it comes out in 2021 and you're just like, wait, what? Almost like on some Mandela effect shit. Um, when you look at the numbers for Tamla Horsford, they're very, very interesting. So she was a Libra. She was born October 10th, 1978. I believe she was born somewhere in the Caribbeans. Maybe I'm wrong. It was Saint something. Um, the word kind of looks like grenades. It's grenades or something. You guys go look it up. And of course, she died in some part of Georgia. And we really still don't have any answers. If you don't know the story, pretty much she lived in a predominantly white area. I believe the area was actually pretty prejudiced and racist too. And she went to an all-white party that was just for mothers and friends or what have you. I think a lot of these people who were at this party, their kids went to school together and played on the same sports teams and things like that. And Tamla was the only black woman there. It was only supposed to be women there. And I think two of the women who were there, their boyfriends ended up coming over for whatever reason. I think they said one of them was sick. And I think the girl whose boyfriend or husband came over, I believe that's the house that the party was hosted at. So he came over, and I think he brought another one of the husbands or boyfriends with him. But and then of course I believe Tamla was the only one who, excuse me, she was the only one who smoked there. So periodically throughout the night, she was stepping out while they were drinking and smoking. And then I think one of the ladies, a couple of ladies throughout the night left, and then one more lady left, and then Tamala said goodbye, and I guess stepped out and had a cigarette. And the house that she was at, it had one of those security systems that when you open the door, it tracks it and records every time the door opens and closes. There were also security cameras there too, but of course, like any other case, it's a mystery. These cameras weren't working and they were dead, whatever. Um, when I calculated the numbers, so when you do Tamala's breakdown of her birth, she is a number 9, and then when you do her death, 11/4/2018, you come out with a 53. If you just do 11 and 4, you get 6. And of course, we know 5 times 3 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Or you could do 5 and 3 is 8. 8 is still, one of those magic numbers in the establishments, in the industry, in the media. I also found it very interesting. If you did not know, I have another page. It was my first page. It's also the Cursed Prophet. If you want to look it up, and it's the Cursed Prophet 985. And I believe for my Mo 3, I believe it was the Mo 3 video I did, I broke down I went a little bit more in depth about the energy surrounding the number 11. Now, it's a very dangerous number. It's a very dangerous number at times. Actually, when I was locked up, one of the times when I was locked up, I did 11 days, and I found that very interesting. And I forgot who broke it down for me and where I kind of got the concept of the number 11. But if you look at the number 11, I remember those little boxes we used to draw in school and stuff when you would draw the box and then you do the one a little bit below it and then you connect it. But if you just added 2 more lines to the number 11, it looks like what? A box. And a lot of people, especially a lot of black folk, when they're locked up, it's a lot of 11s in there. So the number 11 actually is a prison number. Or you can look at it like that if you're into metaphysics. But I found it very interesting. But yeah, if you break down the numbers on the morning or night, or whenever she was reported to have died, November 4th, 2018, if you move the numbers around and you don't fully, do what you're supposed to do and reduce them, you get 6 twice. So you almost really could say that you have 666 right there. And with her being black, it's very interesting. Now I got through most of the story of Kendall Ray, and then I skipped through some of it. I just couldn't. I was getting pissed off, so I couldn't really watch anymore. And I know pretty much most of the story. I felt like she didn't bring me too much more new information. I just couldn't do it. And I wanted to hurry up and get on here and start channeling her. Well, not really channel her, but I wanted to bring you the numbers, and I wanted to see the numbers, and I wanted to see when she was actually born. I wanted to see all that because I knew the numbers were going to tell me a lot of stuff. But I'm not going to front. This story has me stumped. I haven't channeled. My cards are cleansing right now. And although I am a bloodline psychic, would I be I think I'm fourth generation psychic. I think I think I'd be fourth generation. I don't know. When I call Tamla, what I get is a lot of darkness and silence. It seems as though she doesn't want to talk. And I don't know why. Well, I know why. The way she died, the violent way she died. I will say this. I don't think if allegedly that Tamla was indeed murdered, which I think we all think that she was murdered, or even if she was on that balcony, because I also heard another psychic say when she channeled, she said that Tamla and one of the girls, I guess, got into an argument upstairs, and it was like the soap operas, like they got a little overly aggressive, and maybe she was pushed, or they got to pushing each other, and she flew over the balcony. Still murder nonetheless, but an accidental murder. But I will say this. I call upon Ilegwa. I call upon Agun. I call upon Ochosi. I call upon Shango and Justice. And I call upon those energies and I invoke them. And I call upon Tamla Horsford's ancestors and spirit guides. And then I call them and I invoke their energies to bring Tamla Horsford justice, and I call upon them to bring the truth. I also call upon Lucifer to bring light to the situation, to bring the truth, to unveil what really happened, to expose those who are responsible for her death, regardless if they killed her or they're responsible for how they did her after she was found dead. Because it seems like they dealt with the body, and the crime seemed very dumb. But it probably wasn't dumb. It seems like it did shit on purpose, just like how the cameras were dead, which they probably really weren't dead. There's probably, and you know what? Tamla actually just spoke now. She's not speaking much, but she actually says no. That she's another one who her death was caught on film. It was, her death was caught on film. Tamla is speaking a little bit right now. She says, "I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. My babies." My grandbaby. She's actually smoking. So I see her. She's actually smoking. It's funny. She's on that same balcony that she fell off of. She's sitting right there on the balcony right now when I see her and when I hear her. And she's smoking very vigorously, almost like the movies. And she's got a look of like she's very serious. And what she's saying is, she's saying, "Damn. God told me not to go to that party last night, but I was always just so concerned about what people think, and then the racism in the community," is what she's saying. She just wanted to break boundaries in a good way. She says right now that she can't believe she trusted those bitches. I don't know what that means. She said they played her. She's like, "I can't believe I trusted those bitches. They played me." Something about her father. She's not finishing this sentence, but she said, "My father." I don't know if her father told her something about racism growing up, or she experienced it, or or even if her father was living at the time that this happened, or if something her father told her something. That's a lesson he taught her back in the day, is what she's saying. Right now, she's saying, she said, they'll never get me justice. We'll never know the real story. She said, there's too many white women involved, too much white privilege. She said it was just like 2 or 3 people at the party, then it'd be a lot better. But she says, every time we think we're going to get close to the justice, since there was so many people there, since so many white women there, she says another one of those women pulls in their lawyer, or they pull in their ancestors and their spirits. She says one of those women there was an occultist. Not on the same level as me or like the Rashad Jamals, but she says one of those girls practiced some form of paganism. And she says that her death was very ritualistic. As we kind of already figured, she said it was very ritualistic. And I know you guys are gonna say, well, of course they were white, so of course it's this. But no, she's telling me it's very Wiccan based. So this the ritual they performed on Tamla, and like I said, I don't know if they murdered her or not, but I know that there was foul play somewhere in the story. What she's saying is that this was a Wiccan ritual. It was a goddess ritual. She says, look at the number of white women who were there, or just look at the number of women who were there. Period. And those of you who are really into Wicca and really into like the goddess magic and the divine feminine energy. She was like, look more into your book. She's talking about the Cunningham guy. She said, look into his books, look deep. It's an older one. She said, you'll find a ritual in what she's talking about. But she said this was an elevation ritual. She says, all of those women benefited from this ritual, but she said there was one in particular who was now a high priestess. And it was done for her. And Tamla also says that this ritual had been planned out for a long time. Tamla says that I don't think the person that she pissed off was at the party, but she says a higher up in the town, because I believe this town was very prejudiced. And I believe when Kendall Ray opened the video up, she was talking about a story of something that had just happened, a lynching or something. But Tamla says that, she didn't get all involved into that stuff. Um, and what's funny is that Tamla actually didn't like being black. This is why she stayed in the area, because anybody with common sense will say this bitch, well, excuse me, not this bitch, but you know how I talk, that Tamla should have left the town. She should have left and took her family, but she says no. She said she wasn't racist and she didn't have an issue being black, but she always considered herself white, is what she's saying. Tamla, this is why she felt comfortable. But little did she know, those people did not consider her black. Excuse me, did not consider her white, and they never would. Tamla, where'd you go? She's getting further. See, I had her, and she's getting further. I want to just finish her last thought, and I'm gonna let you go, Tamla, because you don't want to talk. You're upset still. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to channel it. Just give me another moment. Hold on, because then our roommate started talking over here. They didn't kind of see the third eye. It's deep right now. Look at my third eye. It's very deep. Look at that. Ugh. Oh, okay. So this is what she's saying. Tamala is saying that she had rubbed somebody the wrong way, a higher up. It wasn't the higher up directly in person, but one of those ladies at the party, or somebody her kids did sports with or played with and went to school with. She at a function or something like sports function, some kind of function. She met them, and they were very aware of Tamla. And there was a conversation at one time, and she pissed these people off. And I think it was the way that Tamla carried herself. I think they couldn't scare her off. And it wasn't like somebody went directly to her and did something to her and tried to scare her off. It was just like they felt like She should have observed her surroundings, and she should have just wanted to leave. They didn't want her there. And she stayed. So they made an example of her, is what she's saying. She said this year that she said the ending of last year, she just found out what actually really happened to her. So she's been in the dark for a minute. She's telling me that when she crossed over, God held her in a space where she was protected for some reason because she just couldn't deal with what happened. She couldn't believe. She said it happened so fast. She was caught off guard. She said she put up a fight though. I don't think more of a physical fight because I think the body told that the way the body fell. I don't think. I don't remember what the autopsy said, so there might have been signs of a struggle. But she's like, you're not going to see the signs of the struggle or the fight right there. She said it's different when she says she put up a fight. All right, Tamla. I'm sorry. She says I want to go. I want to go. All right, Tamla. Thank you for coming for the second that you were here. I didn't expect to channel you. Oh, did that make sense to you guys? Justice for Tamla Horsford. Call upon a goon, you guys. Call upon those energies that deal with justice. There's more than just a goon and the basics. So I get so tired of, although I love them, but I get so tired of us talking about the same ones all the time, and I'm famous for it too. But there's so many more. I mean, shit, you can use a god, a goddess, or god or goddess who's of love for justice. You know, dig deeper, be more creative. The Cursed Prophet back with another video. Bye bye.